Good morning, folks, and here's a wonderful little story from comicbook.com about the new Star Wars High Republic characters, who are two fan-favorite characters I've never heard of and are trans non-binary. Okay, who are these dudes, or whatever? Uh, the characters in question are Terec and Ceret, that's a palindrome, who star in the High Republic comic series by Kevin Scott. They're Kotabi humanoid twins. Now, I don't know what Kotabi are. Let's just search that right now. Kotabi, whatever. They invented them. That's fine. So they just invented a new race or a new species who have the unique force ability of being bond twins who share one mind and are psychically linked, even over great distances. Okay, so you've got this interesting psychic bond through the force. So they're not just genetic twins, they're force bond twins. The bond twins have provided the High Republic with great levity and intrigue. Okay, so they're not taken seriously. That's fine. And in most recent issues, terrifying dread as well. This reveal of their LGBTQ status is Star Wars' way of participating in today's Trans Day of Visibility. Now, here's where the virtual signaling is coming in. I don't know why Star Wars is doing this. You can just say we have these cool new Jedi and they're twins, they got a force bond and they're like they can do this or that. Like that's all you need. You don't need to appeal to a minority. It doesn't make any sense. Show us why the characters are good and good to pay attention to. Being a certain sexuality or identity is not very helpful. Now these guys or whatever are kind of weird looking, kind of scary looking. They're bald albinos, and that's creepy enough. So I don't think you want to start appealing to the trans groups of folks who are weird enough to talk to, but fine. In honor of Trans Day of Visibility, I didn't know that was a thing. I feel like every day is Trans Day of Visibility, honestly. This is just so much stupid crap. News about this person or that person coming out of the closet or representing this. Can you just live your life? No one cares what you do with your genitals. Lop them off, put more on, make them bigger, make them smaller. I don't really care. We really don't. Whatever you do in the privacy of your own home is your business, but okay. We're proud to unveil an exclusive cover highlighting Terec and Ceret, trans non-binary Jedi. I don't know if Jedi care. So why would I? The Jedi, if you don't know, are ascetics. Okay? The asceticism, or the concept of asceticism, is a religion where they practice severe self-discipline. And if you understand the Jedi way, it's a removal or dismissal of emotion and a focus on compassion and love, or the agape of love, the friendship of love, the understanding of unity and balance. So why do the Jedi even have this? I don't know. And I don't think it matters to the Jedi Order, nor should it matter to the story. Like, why would you even mention this? You have a trans non-binary Jedi. That doesn't make sense. That's like saying you have a peaceful Sith or a non-emotional Sith. That doesn't make sense. Like, what does this have to do with anything? We support trans lives. Fine. Yes, lives are important. We are passionate and committed to broadening our representation in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars has always been diverse. It's an alien series of planets and worlds and creatures. Give us some really cool aliens. These guys are freaky looking albino humanoids. Maybe if you gave them a third arm or something, that'd be cool. At least visually. I mean, they just don't look very attractive. I'm sorry. That's ends up happening when you have these trans characters. They don't, unless they look really close to male or female, they're not going to even attempt to get close to attractiveness because there's this weird mix. And making them bald and kind of creepy looking, not helping. So that's the Star Wars element of trying to show off how diverse we are in our stories. So They were assigned to help Jedi Master Siskir, two S's and a K. All right. Great naming. I mean, it's different than other names in Star Wars. Can you at least make it readable? Unfortunately, it turns out the evil dark side threat called the Drenger are behind the abductions, and they managed to capture Ceret. And mind-bending drugs and torture techniques, Ceret is corrupted to the dark side, and then his twin, or her twin, whatever, is infected with the dark side right along. See, this is where I get a little pissed off now. Are they males or females? Which ones are they? When you start talking about non-binary, I get confused. I don't think that's a thing yet. I still don't understand it. Whenever I started reading up about binaryism or non-binary genders or whatever, and I hear about the LGBT community, whatever that means, and I read about it, like just take the first line of this. Gender binarism may create institutionalized structures of power. And already we're in the world of Marx. I mean, is this all this is? Just some retard who thinks he's a male or female or isn't sure about maybe they have gender dysphoria. That's an actual thing. Gender dysphoria is not non-binaryism or whatever. If all it boils down to is Marxist politics, then no, that's not a real thing. That's a theory about economics and social structures and power balances and whatever. I'm sorry, that's not what it is. That's stupid. And why would you ever want to appeal to people like that who are confused and perhaps have some mental conditions? Are we here to promote mental health? Because the Jedi certainly are. The Jedi are all about peace and balance and being nice and compassionate. And now you're going to start letting in these people who have force bonds, who don't know who or what they are. I don't know. It's a strange. Hopefully there's no sexual stories with these dudes or guys or whatever they are. Because the Jedi are, as I said, ascetics. They do a severe self-discipline. That's what the Jedi way is. They don't get involved. They don't get emotionally entangled. They don't have romantic relationships. Some do, and that's where they're forced to leave, but that's the story. That's the point. Jedi are very focused on not engaging their emotions. Everything is still and peaceful with the Force. So this bond connection makes the other twin infected with the dark side. That could be interesting. That might be cool to explore. The larger group of Jedi in the region are now being corrupted as well. Okay, so this could be a worthwhile story about Jedi having their minds corrupted through force bonds as a result of drugs. So that's the actual conflict. That's the stuff that you would read the story for. It's like, how does that work? How would a Jedi deal with that? And wouldn't a Jedi with no drug-induced problems be able to impact that from the person with the problems through a force bond? It seems to go both ways. So that would be cool. That is the interesting part of the story, not the fact that they have a gender nonsense bullshit sexuality, because that's not what Jedis are. Jedis are not about sex. They never were. So why even bring this up to appeal to a minority who don't even read your books? Like every other big franchise, Star Wars has had to face questions about its level of diversity and inclusion. What? Why? Who has ever raised these questions, and why would anyone care? The franchise definitely took a hit during the run of the sequel trilogy movies, not for diversity and inclusion, though, where new and more diverse characters were met with racism and even shifted out of the limelight. Oh, you're talking about Finn and Rose. That horrible excuse for a story in The Last Jedi, whatever that was all about. Whatever insanity Rose was talking about. The attempt at a heroic sacrifice by Finn, which was pretty stupid to begin with, but at least there was something to his character at that point. and Rose somehow saving his life. And then just dropping the entire element completely in the next story. Good job there, JJ and Ryan. Just completely not paying attention to each other. Fantastic. The High Republic has offered a whole new slew of characters, with several main ones being people of color, women, and now trans-binary, I just don't, my eyes just glaze over. Like, are you kidding me? Like, who cares? It's great that fans already got to know and love Ceret and Terec before their gender and or sexual identities ever got addressed. Why even address them? They are Jedi. Please stop. Anyway, this is a stupid story, but there you go. Your creepy non-binary trans characters, which are completely irrelevant to the story. Thanks, Star Wars. Virtue signal harder, please.